Yo, what's up guys? Steve here. Today I got the sick binder collection. I paid $8 each for these cards. 8 Australian, 5 US dollars. And I'm going to show you why I did it, how I did it. I'm going to talk about the cards. We're going to look at all of them. They're pretty sick. There's some juice at the back too, if you didn't see it already. Yeah, pretty excited for this. I bought this around 9 months ago also. So today's prices, it might seem like it's crazy, but 9 months ago, this was like a less crazy purchase. Still crazy, but less crazy. Still crazy, less crazy. Shit, well, I don't know what's wrong with me. Oh, God. This is a horrible start to a video. I hope you guys are doing well. New Year, Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, and everything all in between. We're going to get into this. So, yeah, $8 per card. There's around 410 cards. I paid, I think it's 4,100, something like that. 5 US dollars per card, 700 and something yen. There's probably heaps of other currencies. Euros are in there. Great British pounds. Why isn't it just British pounds? They have great British pounds. It should be great Australian dollars, great United States. I don't know. Who knows? So yeah. So what I do with these binder collections, when I see them for sale, I just go through all the cards and I make like a calculation list in my head. And I go, okay, all these cards, $8 each. And then I try to make a calculation, how many more cards are above $8 and how many cards are under $8. So for example, this Jirachi, this sells for more than $8. 8 Australian. I'm talking about Australian dollars for all this stuff. And then, this Houndoom, Crobat, Weezing, all the Dark Hollows, they sell for more than $8. So in my list, I actually use a calculator one for this, and I pull out two calculators next to each other, and I just calculate how many cards go above $8 and how many cards below $8. I don't really use Excel spreadsheets and break it all down, just because that takes a little bit too long, and someone else can buy it. I really like this page. So that's pretty much what I do. But with this binder, I decided there was more cards above $8 than there were under $8, and that's generally a good sign, because all I do is all the cheap ones, I'll just sell them as fast as I can for whatever price, and then the good stuff is what you sit on for a little bit longer, you list a little bit higher, and then that's where you make your cheese, I guess. Yeah. Plus, even stuff like this, there's so many cards, there's only one of each, and juices up the store a little bit, makes me look good, makes me feel good. I get to touch a whole bunch of cards, and even if, you come out with 20% at the end, hey, that's pretty good. It's all about buying stuff. So I'm just going to start taking these out. We're going to make some piles. So the front of the binder is all the holo cards. So, these are a little bit less expensive. I'm going to make 2 piles. I guess I can do the piles underneath my head here. How you guys been doing? You better be telling me in the comments when, after this video goes up. Man, what a crazy year we had last year. Had some pretty big videos. I didn't post that much. I really wish I posted a little bit more. Maybe this year we'll do a little bit more. Definitely, I want to do more advice content this year and not as much Pokemon content. Not for reason, not because I don't like Pokemon content, but like, I think advice is really important, and every time I get like a comment or someone messages me on one of the old advice videos saying, hey man, this really helps me, it means a lot. It means more to me than someone going, wow, Steve, you have so much money. It's so impressive. You spend so much money on Pokemon cards. Because I don't really have that much money, and I don't really spend that much, but, some cards I have in my collection, I've had them for a long time, and they've gone up in value. Some cards I've purchased for a lot of money. And yeah, that stuff doesn't really mean as much as, someone going, Steve, you really going to change my life with this crazy advice. Like buy low, sell high, or buy high, sell low. What is it? Who knows? Who knows? Hope you guys can't hear me taking this stuff out of the binder too badly. But actually, I'm going to move this. I'm going to move this. Whoop. Microphone in your face. Man, these cards are sick though. Lunatone, Ludicolo, obviously good. Kamiya artwork, always more. Like to flick through it. I wish these weren't sleeved. And the reasons why these cards are so cheap, by the way, I think I forgot to mention it, but a lot of them are either mild played or damaged, moderate play or damage MP. That's why. No one just lists this stuff in Gem Mint for really cheap. That doesn't happen. So either this guy just wanted one of every artwork and he just bought what was available, or he just, I don't know what he's doing. But this is collecting. A lot of cards in my collection that are really rare are damaged. And I got them for a deal because they were damaged, because no one at the time was like, I'm not paying I think, how much was a Master Key? My Master Key was like 4,000 USD. Either 4 or 5,000 USD for my Master Key. And it's probably like a PSA 5. But who cares? People are paying 36,000 for PSA 9s now. I mean, I just wanted the card so I could put it in my shield, and it looks pretty damn sick. So I think these minutes are definitely over 8. Did I miss anything? No, I don't think so. Sableye over 8. Zangoose. I like to be a little bit generous. You know, when I say over 8, I kind of mean like over 10. And when I say under 8, I mean like literally either 8 or under. So Flygon's a good one. This is a really nice, well put together binder. Realistically, I should probably keep this and just put it in another binder and just, you know, a side loader binder, because most cards look better in side loader binders. And then just enjoy it. But I'm not going to, because I like selling things. I've realized I'm addicted to selling things, and every time I make a sale, I kind of just fucking explode. I explode. I bust everywhere. I literally bust everywhere. Doesn't matter whether it's $2 or $2,000 or $5 million. I've never sold anything for $5 million, but imagine if I did. I definitely wouldn't be making these videos anymore. I'd be on some... I'm not going to say that. Well, I was going to say I'd be on some random island somewhere, but I don't know if you can say that anymore. What's going on in the US? Every day you guys been... It's like a sitcom. Every day you guys be doing something wild. Or I'm just like... Hell no. Oh, hell yeah. Either way. Whoa, this card's actually in good condition. Look at this. Not bad. Not bad. Yeah, so these kind of collections... I have so much of these sets in bulk non-holos that I generally only buy the holos from these old school EX Wizards of the Coast era kind of like old back cards. And that's just me personally. In the future, once I'm through my bulk, I don't know if you can see it kind of like underneath my head. Like, how's my arms work? Like here. You can see these three it's reversed. You can see these 3 shelves right here, right behind me. What am I doing? These 3 shelves right behind me, they all have bulk. Plus I have like maybe another 40,000. Once I'm done listing that, then I'll start buying some more. But until then, oh, this Crobat's definitely above. These are not. Huntail, Gorbis, these rarely ever sell. Masquerain. Do you guys know every Pokemon? I definitely don't. I know most of these because I've listed them. And yeah. And you know, someone says you have 50,000 bulk in your listing, and how do you do that? Well, you know, I helped create this online eBay listing app called Card Uploader. Links in the description with the walkthrough videos on my YouTube. You can find it easily. And you can basically just list as many cards as you need to, as fast as humanly possible, making individual listings. It's the literal fastest way to make individual listings on eBay. And it's really impressive. And I'm super proud to be a part of it. So, yeah. This Shiftry is good condition. Yo, imagine if I graded like a 10 out of this. Oh, so that's got a 6 swirl. Imagine if I got like a CGC 10 or a PSA 10 on some of these cards. Actually not bad condition. Almost dropped that. These sleeves, I really don't like them. Because they're really hard. Like I can barely get this card out. And I just wish they would set them free. Look at this massive crease. It's like it's bent in half. This might be the worst video on my channel. Oh well. So the stacks are getting pretty good now. They're going to get really high, so I'll have to be separating them way towards the end. This is definitely one of the better eras. Like, what's my favorite? I think I would probably say Sun and Moon. Sun and Moon is my favorite era of cards for the secret rares. The holo pattern on Sun and Moon just isn't great. Like, the Cosmos holo is just... I've been buying a lot of English Black Star promos. Like, way too many. Because they are just... The blister promos... I've always liked the swirl pattern. I've always liked the Cosmo holo, but I just can't believe we just don't get it in Japanese. I've kind of like, I never bought English for the past like 5 years just because it's been hard to get for me here in Australia. But there's so many card stores opening up all over my city, all over Australia. So many card shows. They're getting English cards is actually kind of easy, and I can buy them at TCG Player prices or lower. Plus, check them in person. That's the main reason. I just don't want to randomly chance some English cards from online when they usually have a lot of problems. And I don't have to. Shed Ninja. I think Shed Ninja's above. Metagross, Dusknoir. From memory. Kim would know. I wouldn't know. These 3 are definitely not above $8. I mean, they might be. If they're near mint, some of these will be above $8 for sure. But on average, I'm trying to just do this. So when I do my pricing... I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but when I do my listings, I usually bulk out everything first. So all these, I'll check through them at the end and I'll check all their conditions. All these, if they're damaged or played, I'll just put them up for one price, whether it's $5, $6, $7, $8. That just saves me time while listing. And then all the cards I actually want to sell and get some more money out of, I will put them up and I'll do them sort of, look at this Gyarados, beautiful. I'll do, individual pricing, I'll search, I'll do comps and whatever, or I'll just figure out how much I want for it, depending. I have to check if I have other copies. How's the Umbreon? Umbreon's in not bad condition at all. Wowee. Wowee. Does have to be a little bit better. Oof, that's bright. That's bright. Does it help you see? Oh, it kind of does. Cards in sleeves always look so much worse than cards out of sleeves. Oh my god. This card's so clean. For this much edge wear, Japanese cards are so resilient. It's got a big crease on it too. This is definitely going in the damage pile. But that's still above $8. That's what we want. What have you guys been buying lately? What have you been collecting lately? This channel this year, hopefully we do a bunch of advice videos. That's my buying. I'm buying advice videos this year. Because I like Pokemon videos, and we've done heaps of them, and I've done them for a long time. But, I'm sorry guys, this light's killing my brain. But I would like to get more advice videos up. I would like to help people just in certain ways. They don't get as many views, they don't get as many interactions, but 2-3 years later, someone watches it, they can learn something from the topic. It means more to me than YouTube paying me more money for more views, because I don't really care what YouTube pays me at this point. It's a very small part of the overall revenue of what I'm doing here. Except for that one video, the PSA regrading video. That just got like 400,000 views or something. It's like $6,000. Are these guys getting that much views, really making that much per video? That's crazy. Maybe I should milk the YouTube a little bit more. What do you guys reckon? I saw some guy with memberships, and he had $5 memberships. That was the minimum price, $5. It's crazy. I mean, I don't have memberships. I had them when I just started, and then I just turned them off because I felt bad not being able to provide something for someone. But maybe I do memberships, because that seems like really, really good. $5? Dude, you get 20 million people paying you $5. That's $50 million. That's so much. You're set for life after 1 year. That's like an OnlyFans star. I mean, if you guys want to pay me $5 for some stuff, I'm not wearing any pants. Low key, I'm not wearing any pants. If you go on Twitter and you go to the Grok and just put this photo on this video up and just like, hey, can you do this but extend the camera? I've seen some stuff. It does stuff. It does stuff. That's hidden tricks, Game recognized game. We're getting lots of cards. Towards these, like the first few EX era sets are not very good. I mean, they're not bad, but they're not as good as like Golden Sky, Mirage Forest, stuff like that. So the holo selection in Golden Sky and Mirage Forest and the ones later on were way better. We're going to zoom in after this. And we're going to go through these cards. And we're going to unsleeve them one by one. We're going to look at the conditions. And we're going to enjoy them together. But yeah, I just had this binder sitting on the shelf. And I was a bit lazy. And then I was busy. And I'm focusing on other things. But I kind of want to get this up because I want to buy more of this stuff. But I want to see where it's at. I want to see Sumiyoshi Kazuki, by the way. This should be it, right? Yeah, it is. I'm not wrong. I'm usually wrong, but not now. As long as I can get a little bit of buyer confidence and like people actually are purchasing things at certain prices, I can see it for myself. I don't really trust sales that much. Like on eBay, I kind of trust some sales, but man, the amount of shilling, especially on graded cards these days, it is disgusting. I would say like 1 in 5 graded card sales actually don't get paid for. It's gross. It's honestly gross. You can quote me on that or whatever, but just go look at the PSA auctions and then just see how many cards are auctioning. Go on TerraPeak, type the same card in, see if they're actually getting paid for. Because I can promise you, a lot of that crap is not getting paid for. Because people auction the card up on eBay, they juice it up to like 200, 250. They don't pay for it. They grade more of the same card through PSA. They choose cards that no one is ever going to grade before, and then they replicate and get more PSA 10s. And then PSA gives them like buyout offers at like 80% of that fake sale price. And yeah, that happens. And it's not just these low pop cards. It's also cards with a lot of population. And it's just kind of gross. Man, it's an easy way to make money if you grade the same cards that you're shilling up, and then PSA pays you out more than the card would have sold for. And you don't even have to sell it. You sell it. It's like this weird dystopian thing we're going in currently. And PSA just buying cards in general is just wild. Like, I know it's not PSA, it's for GameStop or whatever you want to say, but it's kind of destroying like the low end market for graded cards, which is like cards under $50, because they'll buy pretty much anything. GameStop will buy pretty much anything. GameStop has hundreds of millions of dollars in reserve money. It's just all these other companies. It's like at least 10 companies buying from PSA. They all have so much money. They've been in the hobby for so long. They're big companies. They're mystery slab packs. They just go so crazy. They will buy so much. So then like less cards are hitting the market for PSA, pushing all the PSA prices up. And yeah, why am I grading cards with CGC at the moment? I don't know. Because I feel like going with PSA is probably the right thing. But I like CGC. So it's fine. We'll give them a try. This year I'll be grading like maybe 40,000 cards with CGC. I'm going to try a bunch of that through Fanatics, a bunch of that by myself. We're going to try some other little niche things that aren't, you know, Pokemon cards. We're going to maybe do a little bit of niche One Piece. No one's really doing that these days, so I'll start doing One Piece. Maybe some other card games like, you know, English Pokemon. It's a pretty niche card game, not just Japanese. And maybe some non-TCG stuff, but I'm not really going to talk about that because it's going to sound bad. You guys are going to be like, why won't he talk about his the non-TCG he's going to buy? And you're going to think it's because I don't want you to buy it and compete against me. I'm thinking if I say something, you guys will go and buy it, and then you'll lose your money. Because I have money that I can afford to lose at this point. I've been very lucky with these incredible price rises over the years. Obviously, a bunch of my work has probably netted some gains. I have done work, but no amount of work, no matter who tells you, with what genius or what in Pokemon investor or anything, no matter who tells you that they're good at this, where I had at least like 100 Reds Pikachu PSA 10s that I paid like under $30 each for. That's including the grading, by the way, and I sold them for $1,000. There's no way anyone can be like, yeah, I'm so good at this. Like, it's all just, you know. So I have a lot of gains that I can afford to lose. And it'd be kind of funny. You know, I was thinking today, I was telling my friend, I was like, you know those challenges that are like, or $0 to $1 million trading card inventory that those guys are doing? I'm doing $1 million to zero. That's what I'm doing. But yeah, you'll probably see it, you know, in 4 or 5 months when stuff comes back from grading. You'll definitely take note of what I'm doing, and don't do it. You have hard-earned money. You deserve to keep it, okay? Do not waste your money. Just slow and steady is the race. Don't copy what I'm doing, please. Unless you want to lose with me. We can lose together. But yeah, these mystery slab packs from PSA are actually crazy. I actually struggled to, like, it's genius. They're the smartest company I've ever seen. I haven't seen many companies, so that's probably why, but they're just incredible. It's honestly incredible. Sick Delta Hollows. You guys are thinking, Steve, you're manhandling these cards. They're all damaged. Okay? They're all damaged. Please. Please, they're all damaged. If I have one guy saying you're manhandling these, you're getting banned. Banned from every video. Banned from... I don't know if I can ban you from watching, but I wish I could. Okay, I haven't... Maybe there might be some gems, though. Oh, this one's pretty clean. Pretty clean. These dragon... What are they called? Delta species? I was going to say Dragon Frontiers, but these just Delta species hollows in general. They're just so sick. They did such a good job with these back in the day. We didn't need no fancy, flashy graphics. We just needed Pokemon to be different typings. Especially this, you know, Dark Nidoking. That is so sick. Actually pretty well centered, some of these. Well, not Ninetales is always off-centered, but some of these actually aren't as bad. I graded a... What did I grade? It was a while ago. It was like 2 or 3 years ago. I graded a Mew PSA 10 Gold Star. Dude, that thing was bad. Sorry. The buyer's probably like, what? What did he say? But yeah, I don't know what I sold it for. It was like 15,000, 16,000. But yeah, that was, yeah, I don't know about that one. But I didn't grade it. I sent it for grading. And I got a 10. What am I supposed to do? Some beautiful swells in some of these cards. Like, look at this one down here. But we'll see. We'll look at that later. Don't you worry. Jirachi's a good one. Now we get on to the EX cards. So all these I'm just going to default all these over $8 for sure. There's actually way less under $8, but I think it's because I'm looking at this 9 months after I bought it. But yeah, I've done this so many times. It's my basic formula. It works the same as buying anyone's collections, anyone's sets. You know, back before everyone was like, post your collector profile, bro. And then I'll pay you 60%, bro. Like, I don't do stuff like that. That's just not how I operate. I just make general assumptions and I just guess. Sometimes I win, sometimes I lose. But when you're grading cards, it's easier to just guess. Like, I like paying market price. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's kind of gross a lot of the time. So I'm sitting there, I'm watching people being like, buying collections, buying sealed product, paying 80%. It's like, dude, who's selling this stuff to you guys? 80%? I mean, I know it's like instant liquidity maybe, and it's like, dude, this card's like mint condition. Oh, it's Scepter. It's unlimited though. I was like, wow, there's actually a really good one. But yeah, I think this guy just bought like damaged Japanese cards, but sometimes the damaged Japanese cards are actually not that damaged. Yeah, but you know, I like paying market price because these card stores, they got rent, they got everything to pay. And if they're putting the cards on display, I can buy them, I can grade them, I can make some money. They make money. The world goes around. The world, well, actually, I think we all know the world doesn't go round, but obviously, right? Type, for people listening and not watching, just go to the comments and just type round or flat, whether you think the world is round or flat. You know? Just saying. I mean, the evidence is there. The evidence is there. Don't listen to Big Globe. The Globe company, they just want you to buy those things to put displays up. Obviously, you know, how bad is the Gengar EX? Actually doesn't look that bad. Oh, it's pretty bad. It's actually not that bad. I mean, it's a bit, there's a dent there. I've seen worse cards. I've seen worse cards. I've seen worse cards. Ooh, big hitters. Some of these cards damaged are like $100 each now. Makes me really sad. I sold a lot of these in PSA 10 for less than the current raw damage price, which I think is really funny. And that's pretty much like, that's like basically, I guess that's karma, right? For selling stuff. I think one of my biggest mistakes doing my Pokemon business is quitting my job a little bit too early. I think if I wrote it out for maybe like 2 more years, you guys never would have heard me. Because I'd be on yachts. I'd be driving Ferraris. I'd be buying 2 houses next to each other and then putting a tunnel underneath. Like, I'd be doing some crazy, crazy stuff. But I chose to quit the job early, and now I'm sitting here at midnight in my underwear, going through a binder of cards I paid $8 each for. Hey, but sometimes... You know, Interstellar, where he's like smashing on the glass? Yeah. He's like, no, don't do it. And I'm just like, I think I'm going to quit my job today. That was actually pretty funny when I quit my job. I was working at the grocery store. And, you know, I was a manager. I was a manager of the fresh fruit section. And I had a pretty big section. It was pretty good. I had like 20 people under me. We were selling like $500,000 a week. It was crazy. We were really we were juicing it. That taught me a lot of stuff about money, margins, everything. Just like bulk value, how to, like, you know, talk to people, understand people, how to understand markets, like all that other kind of stuff. I really learned a lot from that job, even if you wouldn't think I would. But yeah, my store manager got replaced, and that's the person I kind of liked enjoying working with the most. And then we just had some person come in, and we just had a lot of differences. And one day I was like, it was like 2018, and I was like, maybe 2018, I think so, either 2018 or very, very early 2019. And I was like, yeah, I think that's it for me. And they were like, well, you can't quit. You need to put in 4 weeks. I was like, do I though? Like, do I? Like, sure, you can't put a gun to my head and just force me to work, right? Like, I could just leave, technically, right? You won't get paid out, leave. Okay. That's all good, you know? I bought XY Evolutions. Well, back then, what did I have in 2019? I think I quit my job a similar time around. I had like an absolute juice PSA sub come back. I sold like 2 first edition Vaporeon PSA 10s for like $1,000 each. And I was like, I do not need work anymore. I do not need to work. And then 6 months later, I applied for another job. And I was like, I was working in some office somewhere for like 5 months. And I think that was around, yeah, that was around the start of 2020 when I quit that job. Because yeah, everything was starting to heat up a little bit. It was a bit scary at the start of 2020. 6 years ago. Six fucking years ago. Jesus Christ. But it was a bit scary. That was definitely very scary. I remember I sold my base set Venusaur and my base set Blastoise. Unlimited, nothing too crazy. PSA 10s, because I thought the world was going to end. Because it looked like it was going to. At least what they fed us on the news and everything. You'd be stupid to believe the world wasn't going to end. People dropping dead in the streets and stuff. Man, that COVID period. I think in 10, 20 years, we're going to have some crazy documentaries. And then I think people, they're not even going to believe you. Like the kids, they're straight up not going to believe you. They're just going to be like, what do you mean they locked down? Like I remember going for some drives. There's just no one on the road. Like no one. And you could just do... This has all the World Championship pack cards. Whoa, these are mint. Holy. Yo, I can't wait to condition check. This one has a dent. What the? Dude, I've never even seen these. Like all at the same time. Like I've had them all. But having every World Championship pack. This is like EX Power Keepers in English. This one's unlimited. And so is this one. These are actually really rare. This is one of the most rare, like one of the most rarest set cards in all of like Japanese sets. It's a World Championship pack, which is like this set here, and then unlimited. Because they released it in first edition, and then like no one ordered it or some crap. And then it was like online only to order it. They were rolling out like online ordering, and it's a big long story. I'm sure someone else can explain it better to you. But no one ordered the unlimited stuff because they didn't want it. Wow, some of these are actually in way better condition than I thought. Yo, we might be... Honestly, this might be like a... I might be able to get $10,000 out of this after fees and everything. That's not too bad. I mean, when you calculate that, you buy it for 4. I got to sit here and pull them all out, unsleeve them, take all the photos, run them through Card Uploader. I mean, this is 400 cards. Card Uploader can do that in like 4 minutes. I could put all the prices on, sleeve them, skew them. I could probably list this in about 30 minutes or so. So that's not too bad. And then, yeah. That's $6,000 per hour. You obviously won't get the money straight away. But I think the math checks out. I think the math checks out. We even got all the deck. All the deck EXs as well. Latias, Latios. Yeah, these are cool. These will all be listed on Kimmy's cards too. I probably should have mentioned that, but I think it's obvious by now. I actually don't think it is. There's a lot of things that I think are obvious, and they turn out to be not so obvious. And I was like, wow, I should have made that more obvious. But I thought I did. This is not the expensive version of this card. There's a version of this card that's really expensive, and this is not it. This is going to be cool just to have all these. I'm probably going to be really, really expensive on all these EX cards. And I feel bad for saying that. Because obviously I'm telling you right now, I bought them for 8. But, you know, unless you've been watching me for ages, we can set something up, message me off eBay. But these cards are just so cool. And it's just like so hard to get them in quantity. And I'll just be listening to them for whatever I feel. Yeah. These cards were all definitely purchased like as like low state cards, like state B, D, C. It's just very similar, like very state C type damage on a lot of these. He tried to get his cost down. We got the Play Rayquaza EX though. This should never be put in a binder like this. Like he could have left out a few pages, and it still would have been a good deal. Oh my god, he's got a hand swirl. Have you ever seen that before? Is that the best swirl location on the whole card? Probably not, right? Swirls could demand a $9 million premium per card. Alright, we're going to zoom in. We're going to get some zooms on. Oh, by the way, if anyone wants this binder, I'll give it to you. You pay shipping. Shipping can be like 15 Australian to anywhere, I think. So, I'm going to leave it down there until someone messages me. But if no one messages me, I'll probably end up I might just end up throwing it out, to be honest. Sounds bad, but I just don't have space. I don't have space. I wish I had space. I mean, if you guys want to buy me another house. So how do I approach this? I told you I was going to zoom in. I don't have my little thingy, but I'll just do it manually. Oh, look at that hand swirl. Oh my lord. Whoa. That's sick. I hate these sleeves. So I have to de-sleeve them all just to take the photos, but if it's in good condition, I'll probably leave it. I might grade this one. This might get like a CGC 7 or something. Cards like this are kind of hard to sell raw. Yeah, I think I'm gonna send some of these for grading, just so I can have it like as a graded version. Put my sleeves there. But you know, Kyogre EX is what, like, it's nowhere near as expensive. So got the Groudon. What's the condition like? Yeah, not great. It's not great. These are all pretty bad. Yeah. Well, this one's peeling. I think I could probably condition check them while I'm here, right? What do you guys reckon? This is LP, MP. These are cool, man. I don't know why I'm moving my head so much. I just gotta move the car. Yeah, we'll do an MP and a damaged. I don't think anything here is going to be higher than MP, but maybe we might get lucky. Yeah, see this damage there? Binder dent. That'll be MP. It's very rarely I put things up as light play just because I don't want to deal with it. Like, I just want people to have low expectations. I don't want them to have... Wait. Like, if they're buying a damaged card and it comes in better condition, I want them to be happy. I don't want them to buy a good condition card and it comes in worse condition than they think, and then they're sad and they blame me. I think I'm gonna make this go up a little bit. Camera's kind of struggling. Whoa, look at that holo pattern. Yeah, it's damaged. I hate these tough sleeves, man. Because I gotta, like, you gotta hold the card really firm, right, with 2 fingers. Or even like your whole hand, because like this whole hand here is like holding it. And you just gotta get it up a little bit, enough just so then you can just pull it out from the top. And I normally wouldn't pull it out. I normally wouldn't pull it out from the top like that. But just because I know they're damaged or they're MP. Yeah, this card's near mint. Okay, Raikou EX. Not an expensive card, because it's like a non-holo EX deck card. It's kind of weird they did this. It's kind of weird they just threw in some non-holos. Maybe they... Oh, this... Yeah, his friend, though. His friend's got a big bend. MP. So many Rayquaza EX cards. Damaged. So many. Oh, man. So what are you guys actually buying? What's going on? I need a One Piece expert, like, on hand. Because I'm going to go to Japan soon, and I'm going to go demon mode on One Piece. Because I never even looked at the cards. I'm going to be honest. You know, when I'm in Japan, when I'm doing stuff, when I'm looking online, it's not that I'm not interested in these other TCGs, but I'm looking for Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm looking for Pokemon. My brain is on, like, no sleep, 100 miles an hour, just, like, massive stimulation. I'm stimming out there. This card is very damaged. But this is still expensive. What the fuck? This might be the worst condition card I've ever seen. I could add some more creases so that I can get a 1. It's funny that people will pay more for that in a 1 than like a 7. But yeah, but then I went to a local game store not even like 6 days ago, and I was like, oh, One Piece. They didn't have much Pokemon. You know, they say that Pokemon gets bought out quite a bit. And they just didn't have much in stock. And then they had this massive display of One Piece. They said, like, you know, they just pulled it all from their backstop. They did some box openings and stuff. The cards are so clean. They must gem very easily. I looked them up. There's a lot of black labels for sale. And I was like, damn. All right. One Piece it is. And the cards look cool. Yeah. I can't wait to see what the Japanese cards look like. I've been told that they're very similar. I love these two. They're so good. They're so good. Unfortunately, they're damaged, but still good. Oh, big swell on this guy. Every card. I have like stories with every card. Like this card here, I had listed on a PSA 10. We'll get back to the One Piece story in a second, I promise. This card here, I had listed PSA 10, right? I had it up for like $400. Aura's Lucario EX. I had it up for like $400. This guy offered me $380. I looked up on eBay. I'm at 400. The next lowest is 700. I'm like, you offered me 380? Like some people, they just want the deal. They never want to pay the listed price. Never want to pay the listed price. It might have actually been this one, to be honest. I can't remember. But wow, that's bad. That's really bad. It's really, really bad. I think it was actually this one. I had it for 380. I had it 400. They offered me 380. I look, the next listed's like 700, and the next one, like the last sold was like 480. So I didn't just list it. I just had it listed for a long time, and I did like a massive price reduction on my store, and that one just got caught in the crossfire, and that's just, it got lowered by probably more than it should have, which is fine. If it sold, I wouldn't care. But you know, he offered me, and I was like, you know what? This is crazy. I got an incredible deal for you here at 400. So I raised it to 600, and then he got really mad. And 4 months later, he offers me, get this right, he offers me 520. 6 months later, I think I was running a sale on eBay, like a 10% off. So I was at 600. My card price was 540. He offers me 520. I look, the lowest listed 1,000. Recent sales 600, 650, a few on auction. And he goes, do you know what this guy says to me, this clown? I forgot what his Instagram name was. Something Don, Pokemon Don, something. Oh. He says to me, yeah, that one sold, but I was the one who bought it. I accidentally bid heaps, so it's not a real sale. I was like, you're telling me that you want to buy my card. You went to buy another card, paid more than you thought for it, or you shilled it for some reason, and then you canceled it on the seller, wasting their time. And then you're lowballing me because you said you bought something. Maybe you didn't, maybe you did. And I'm just like, what? What? So I raised my card to $1,000. And then he started freaking out on me. Messaging me on Instagram, calling me this, calling me that. Made a story about me. So I made a story about him. And now I get to keep that story for the rest of my life. The Don of Pokemon. I don't know what his name was. Something like that. Stupid clown. Actually, I don't even think... I think the Don... That's a different guy. That was another... I was selling another card, dude. I sit there all day, every day. I sit here. I probably spend 20 minutes a day arguing with people online. In YouTube sections. In... Not on Reddit because I'm not a freak. But, you know, YouTube sections. In Instagram comments. And on eBay. Just because... Yeah. That's, I mean, that's human, right? We're all human. We're allowed to argue. It's fun to argue. Well, these cards are really good. Honestly, you should just mute this video and just look at me, look at the card. Because they're probably better. Just doing some quick condition checking. Pretty funny. I graded this once. I have memories with every card. I bought a sealed case of these. And you know, in the sealed case, you get 12 decks, and you get 4 of each. 4 Flareon, 4 Jolteon, 4 Vaporeon. They're really good to buy, well, they were in the past, because you got the Ditto cards out of them. Anyway, I graded them. I graded two different submissions. I sent 222, and then 222. One submission, all PSA 10. The other submission, all PSA 8. That's pretty funny how that happens, right? It's pretty funny. So I cracked all the 8s, resubmitted them, 10, 10, 10. I love PSA. I absolutely love PSA. After I did that regrading video, and I was like, man, this really makes you think, doesn't it? Yeah, I mean, I haven't regraded that many cards in my time. I've graded like, you know, 20, 30, maybe 40,000 PSA cards, which in the past was a lot, but probably now, probably not, because people just, there's so many getting graded. But on an individual level, I don't think I'm doing too bad. And it's just wild. Like, it's just wild. Oh, sorry. I'm getting tired. They're like, you could just resubmit. You can just resubmit. Like, I know people that have resubmitted the same card 8, 9, 10 times. The most I've ever resubmitted a card is once, and that's in those videos that I made. I've probably cracked maybe 300 in my time. Oh, nah, actually. To send to PSA, I did like 250 to send to CGC. And that's it. That's like the extent of my adventures. I'm not really interested. I'd rather just sell the 9 and try and buy another copy. But, you know, some people, they have their expensive cards. Over the past few years, I haven't really dealt with that many expensive cards. But now if you have like a Battle Festa card or a really expensive holo, maybe even like this Gyarados. In a 10, it's like a, you know, $1,200, $1,500 or something like that. And then, but in a 9, it's like a few hundred. Maybe that's worth for someone to crack and resubmit over and over if they want to do that. But, you know, some cards like Scream cards and what else is really popular? I mean, I don't know, some like Wizards of the Coast cards, EX era like reverse holos. Because there's some I don't know if they're actually getting paid for, but like they're $3,000 for an EX era reverse. If you have a PSA 9 that's packed fresh and you know like this mint, you know, it might not be gem mint designated by PSA, but it's mint and it has like a maybe 10% chance. It is an actual good business decision just to crack them and regrade them over and over again. I don't think it's like a good idea because I think it's kind of gross. This is a nice Umbreon. Imagine this, but with like Cosmo Holo in the back. That'd be sick. It'd be sickening. This card damaged. MP. Was this card MP? I'd probably say this is more heavily played. You guys probably can't see it, but it has heaps of creases. Flygon. I like this card. These are a lot better condition than I thought they were going to be. Like, the holo cards are in way worse condition than the good cards. And that's good for me. Makes them easier to sell. This card's bad. But yeah, there's so many things. I'm just trying to do my thing this year. I'm going to be working a lot this year. I'm going to be really tired. I will be here always on Instagram if you guys need help. And, you know. Oh yeah, the memberships thing. Do you guys want them? Do you guys want to pay me money? I don't know. Oh, that's pretty funny. Maybe Kim's making so much noise out there. It's kind of crazy. I think she's making an iced coffee. What time is it? It's midnight. Iced coffee at midnight? Women, man. No, I was thinking I could do more advice videos, and maybe if there's comments from members, those ones will have like higher priority to make those. Because I would like to make at least 200 videos this year, just to have them up on the YouTube. As I feel like, I don't think my story is anything special. But I think you know, if I can have a chance to, my YouTube channel is not very big. It gets a few thousand views each video. But if I put up a video and it just helps another human, I don't think that's that bad. Honestly, I don't think that's that bad. I could just randomly die one day, and imagine people watching the videos after I die, and then people are still getting helped. I mean, that's like a flex, right? Like, this guy was so good that he's helping people after they die. And there's probably a lot of things right now that we are currently using in everyday life that have been made by people that have died, passed away, and we get to enjoy them. Like, whoever made the camera, right? I got like 3 cameras. I got another one somewhere. And I'm talking to you, whoever made the internet. How do you even make the internet? Wait, how did they even make the internet? Yeah, this card's definitely a light play, but it's kind of expensive. No, it's actually not. It's got a little dent. If it didn't have that dent, I would probably just put it up as MP still, but I would put it up as MP, but I would price it as a light play. If that made any sense. Some of these cards are so bad. This is the life of a card seller, by the way. You're just sitting here de-sleeving. Just so I can scan these and then list them and then re-sleeve them. I mean, it's a bit dystopian. When I'm usually condition checking, I'm a little bit closer. I'm usually like this. I'm just like, I'm in there. I'm just like, oh yeah. Oh, this has a good swirl. Well, I would say that's a great swirl, actually. That's an incredible swirl. Where is it? There's a lot of holo in this card. It's not very easy to grade. Unfortunately, this card is pretty much damaged. But that's okay. That's okay. I don't know why I said it like that. I sound like Mario. I think I need a drink break. I have a Sprite. What do you guys usually drink? I've been drinking Peach Monsters lately. I tried some other ones. I should probably stop drinking soft drink as an adult male, but I don't really want to, so I'm gonna keep doing it. Because like, I'm my own man. I'm just gonna keep doing it. And then I'll just go to the dentist and pay for the fillings. Or pay for extra cleans. Maybe if there's runs out of teeth to fill, that's my problem, right? That's my problem, not yours. Damaged. Okay, the Delta species hollows were okay. Are the EX cards going to be okay? Okay. Sorry. I have to lock in for this one. I actually think this card... I'm going to try and not touch it. Is there any dents on this card? You guys see any dents? I think there's something there. Where's my focus at? There we go. Maybe on the front. Nah, this card's clean. I actually think this card gets a 10. Oh my god. The unlimited. That's the unlimited championship pack card. It's so wild in a binder filled with damaged cards, you just randomly get like a really, really rare EX card. And yeah, this one's way worse. I sold the Salamence. We're gonna get it into it soon. I sold one recently. Yeah, this guy's clean too. Yeah, I mean, I just have to grade them. I'm addicted to grading. I actually have a video coming out very soon. It'll probably be my next one after this. And it will be about addiction and gambling. So, stay tuned. I've been talking to someone on Instagram. We've been talking about it. And I feel like there's more people out there that feel the same way that I feel. And maybe they don't know how to weaponize their gambling addiction like I have. Because, I don't know. I sold this card in an unlimited in a CDC 8 for $300, I think, $250. And this is a first edition. Kind of well scented. Kind of mint condition. Wow. That's very impressive. I'd never noticed the background on this card. It's very nice. Do you know what's funny? If these cards graded PSA 10, that's like 600, 700 each. Some of these can pay for like 6, 7 of the right card getting PSA 10 can pay for a whole binder like this. And that's why I buy them. That's why I buy them. Because that's the addiction. I don't want to talk about it too much now because it would ruin the video that I'm going to make. But if you guys have anything you need to talk to me about or want to talk to me about, there's 2 Delcatty EXs. Is that the only double? I'm not trying to be a guru or an advice guy, but I'm getting up there. I'm Unk status now. I'm a bit older. If you're a bit younger, it doesn't even matter if you're older or younger, to be honest. Everyone's at different stages of their life. I feel like I blossomed late, and now people tell me that, oh man, Steve, you're doing so well at 32 or whatever. And I'm just like, well, man, I feel like I've fucking wasted most of my life doing nothing. But yeah, okay. Sorry. If I'm going to grade something, I want it to be clean. But this one has a dent in the corner, so that's unfortunate. That is MP. This one is damaged. Yeah, I wish I could just put up vendor videos. But I'm not going to do that. I tried vending. Does anyone actually like vending? I feel like if the vendors didn't make a lot of money, they wouldn't enjoy the vending. Because I tried it. And I drove 12 hours to go to one state. That was horrible. Sorry, I gotta turn this aircon down before it actually melts me alive. Does that make any sense? I don't think so. Yeah, vending was just not very fun, like at all. Like talking to people was great, interacting with people, but like all the preparation, the stress, the driving, organizing all the inventory for it, like that was just... Maybe if you only vend, all your stuff's already organized and you're probably used to driving. That's probably the difference. But that just like having all your stuff with you. Like I think, you know, the first card show I went to, I sold like 60,000 in 2 days. And I brought maybe like $200,000 worth of stuff. And that was stressful. That's like the first time I've ever been out of the house with like all my stuff. Well, not all my stuff. Just stuff in general. So I don't know. Maybe they do feel the same way. I see a lot of like collections getting stolen, a lot of cards getting stolen from conventions, and it's really unfair that stuff happens because they're just trying to buy and sell, right? They're trying to have some fun. But you know, it's just the way of the world, I guess. This card's clean too. It's got a few scratches though. But yeah, Taurus. Because I just don't know. And like, I feel like I approached it wrong. I priced my cards at like the eBay sold price, and then I took a little bit of fees off. Like, I didn't do the full percentage, but I took like 5%. Sometimes I took 10, or sometimes I just took like way lower, just depending on what I paid for the card. But that's not how conventions work. Conventions aren't like selling online. Conventions are pure like market based. Everything's like 100% comp, market price, this, that. And some people had their cards there for a lot. Like if there was a listing on eBay for like 10,000, they would have a card in their case of like 12,000, and they would go, "That's this is better condition. That's this that." But that's the glory. That's like you can sell your cards for whatever you want because they're your cards. I'm also grading this one. Do I have a tissue somewhere? I feel like my nose is running. I feel bad. I don't want to start sniffing for you guys. Start crying. What? How many creases are on this? How does this card even exist? I've thrown out a lot of damaged cards over the years, and I wish I didn't because people still buy them. This card's pretty bad. Who is Deoxys? Why does he get so many cards? He has like more cards than almost everyone else. He has like 8 different forms. Yeah, how'd it go? My day 1 of my first event, it was crazy. I was like, okay, surely this won't be that bad. It was a busy event though, and it was like halfway through last year. Kind of like peak at like a lot of hype, and I only brought graded cards. I didn't bring sealed product or anything. But I don't really sell sealed product. I do have some that I buy for other people, and then like I help them. Don't ever lend money to people, guys, because it's always a shit fight. It is never worth it. Don't lend money. Don't unless you're family members, but don't help in those ways. Some people just have to learn their own way. I don't think I've been taken advantage of, but I'm definitely way too generous with some people. I have some friends, I'll give them 10K, I'll give them 20K, I don't care. They'll pay me back. I'm trying to help out their businesses. I'm trying to get them rolling. Because at the end of the day, if you're rolling and you're just like at the top rolling by yourself, well, it's not very fun rolling by yourself. So if you got friends and they want, you know, help buy in with a collection or this and that, and you have the money and you want to help them, definitely. There is no greater feeling than making deals with friends and just excelling together as a group. But some people, they will take advantage of your generosity. I got one guy that, I don't know how much money he owes me. It's a lot. If I said it, you guys would be like, but he's lying. So I'm not even going to say it. I'll say it. How much? I don't know how much it is now. It's like 100 and something thousand. It's so crazy. But he's good for it. We've been in business together for a long time, and he's just hit a few rough patches recently, so I don't want to see him have rough patches. So if you can help, and a lot of the ways that I can help some people is by kind of supporting inventory financially. And it's not a big deal. I wouldn't do it if I was in dire straits myself, but I'm not, so it's fine. But I might be with all the One Piece I'm about to buy and the Yu-Gi-Ohs I'm about to buy. I am net negative on Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, I'm down on so much money on Yu-Gi-Oh! But, oh, this card's like almost clean, and then you go to the top and like it's all lipped and creased. Like, isn't that just cringe when they do that? This camera is killing me today. No, it's just bad. It's actually so nice. This is like a light play copy. A nice light play copy of this card. Any swirls? Doesn't look like it. But yeah, day 1 of the event, it was just crazy. Doors open, people rushing at me. I did film the whole thing, and I've been like kind of meaning to like bring out my own vendor vlog, but time's passed so much that it's not current, and I didn't really have a very good camera angle or a good like microphone setup, so it doesn't sound very good. And I say a lot of things in there that probably shouldn't be said out loud. Not to people, just like under my breath, like, holy crap, it's busy. Stuff like that. But I had fun. Kim and I did it together. That was probably the best thing. We got to spend like 2 hard weekends together And we're like, holy crap, that was crazy. And I'm sure all the vendors feel that way at the end of it. Like, I don't know how you couldn't. Those things go for 10 hours. You're setting up 2 hours beforehand. You're staying back like an hour, 2 hours to pack all your stuff down. And then driving home, you got to go to a hotel. You got to reorganize your stock, get ready for the next day. It's just like, shout out. And the guys who fly and do it are even crazier, bringing their stock on planes. It's very impressive, some of these vendors. Like, some of them bringing truckfuls of display cases and everything, but I guess they sell a lot those weekends. I just don't like the pricing. But I guess if you got to pay for the spot and all this other stuff, oh well, who am I? I run my business a lot differently. Is that real English? A lot more different to most sellers out there, and it doesn't mean I run it better. I just do certain things differently, and I think I actually do a lot of things for the worse. And I probably shortchange myself more often than not. But it's also not a big deal because it's just kind of like Pokemon card selling, so it's alright. Like, if I think back, the amount of deals I've got from purchases where like I've like, for example, in 2020, was it 2021? I think, no, mid 2020 maybe. I think like 7 months, yeah, like July 2020, I bought a binder collection, and it's pretty much one of every Poncho Pikachu and a whole bunch of other really rare Pikachus. And, you know, this guy needed money for his dog. His dog needed a surgery in the vet, and he just had to sell his collection. It was all the money he needed. Like, it's all the money he could get. You know, I sent all those cards to PSA. PSA took around 12 months because it was like mid 2020 and then they shut the company down. By the time I got those cards back, I kept a lot of the ponchos too. I don't have them anymore. I did sell them over the past like year, but that was like $1,600 into like 100 something thousand. There was like, you know, the kids, what is it called? The Poke Creator Kids Pikachu Legendary Collection Reverse First Edition Base Pikachu, and they all graded super high. The Alolan Vulpix Pikachus, like the Comedian, or every Pikachu poncho you can think of. Even the rare ones, the Mega Tokyo, like the battle one. I still have that in my collections. PSA 10. It's like valued at like 12 something thousand Australian, 7k US or something like that. And like, you know, it's not a big deal if you get shortchanged every once in a while when you're selling yourself. Because I'm sure I'm not like a minority. A lot of people who are doing this for a long time have had deals like that. And all these numbers, they don't really mean much. But when you think about it, I mean, my old salary was like $64,000 a year. So on a Pokemon collection, to make $100,000 is equivalent to a year and a half of my work, of my labor. Like, just me working a year and a half. I just bought cards and sent it to PSA. It's just wild. It doesn't mean you have to give away everything for free or do all this other stuff, but like, you know, it's not a big deal. A lot of it is just trading cards. Like, even thinking about it, I'm just, all the deals are running to my head. I can't think of many more. I mean, there was one time, this was in 2019. I bought a collection from some guy in the US. He just found all his old Wizards of the Coast cards. I paid more than anyone else wanted to at the time. He had a big 5k row box. He shipped it to me in a box that was like this big. Now, where's my hands? This big. And the 5k row box is probably this big. So like, he just put the bulk 5k row, 5 row box just like in the box. He just put it in there with nothing, no padding, no nothing. And I'm just lucky that the box didn't flip over while it was getting delivered to me. Because that's just how he sent it. And then all the holos, all unsleeved Wizards of the Coast, first edition holos, everything bulk, just, it all sits there. And then I graded like 400 first edition holos out of that. Team Rocket, Fossil, Jungle, a little bit of Gym Hero, some Gym Challenge, and some Neo Genesis. And I have the Google sheet somewhere. It was like 220 out of 400 PSA 10. Obviously would never happen now. A lot of those cards they didn't deserve 10s then. They definitely wouldn't deserve 10s now. Which is kind of weird how like Pokemon is, or grading itself is right now, that you have cards that were 10 that wouldn't 10 now. And everyone knows it. But like, the previous card prices are still the same as the normal card prices. I love this Azure, by the way. I think it's a Sprite break time. Can we get a Sprite sponsorship? I really like one. That was my last can of Sprite. I actually don't even know where I got it. I think I might have got KFC like 8 months ago, and I just had it in the fridge. I saw it right before the video. I was like, maybe some Sprite will get me going. But yeah, these old grade PSA cards getting comped at like new grades is kind of crazy. And then CGC is like the direct opposite. Because when they came out in 2021, I think it was 2021, their grading was harsh. Like I'm talking like CGC Pristines were basically Black Label level of hardship. Maybe a little bit easier than Black Label, but not much. I'm talking about instead of like 1 in every 100 or 500 or whatever it is, it would be 2 in every 100 or 2 in every 500 or I don't know what the math is. I don't care about the math. But it's like, because I think CGC started with an X Beckett head grader as like their team lead or manager or something like that. I don't know. Maybe. I'm not too sure. I'm pretty sure that's the story. And, you know, nowadays, CGC decided they didn't like this formula. About a month, maybe a year and a half ago, they changed their label. They have like the black, I don't have any things here, but like, you know, they got the new Pristine with the gold, with the embedding. A previous 9 is now a 9.5. They just bumped all their scores up by 1 and they removed the perfect 10 from their grading scale. So previous Pristines are now pristine. Previous 10s are now pristine. And then, 9.5s moved to 10 gem. And this weird thing. So they grade the same. They just don't grade the perfect anymore. And everything gets bumped up by 0.5. I quite like the CGC scale. It's actually really enjoyable as someone who grades cards to like get a card back. And it's like pristine 10, gem mint, and then 9.5. And you have a lot of cards with a lot of conditions that fall into those categories. Whether on the other side, you got PSA, you have PSA 10, which is basically pristine 10, but you don't have the gem mint 10 or the mint 9.5. You basically just have 9. So you miss like 2 grade lowers. And that's the condition of some PSA 10s versus PSA 9s can be so different that it can feel bad as a collector and a buyer. And I'm not trying to shit on PSA. I'm just saying that I just enjoy the scale. This Shed Ninja is pretty clean. This might be worth grading. I'll have to look at it later by myself. Without you guys. Because you guys are distracting me. But this Metagross, how are we looking here? This is also really clean. Oh, you see the top? You gotta watch out for those. Card's damaged now, no one wants it. But yeah, it is funny seeing all the discourse like, oh, this is CGC 10 versus BGS 10 versus... Man, just buy the card at the end of the day. Just buy the card, not the grade. But I know, personally for me, I've purchased maybe 20 PSA cards. It's not many, because once I realized back then in that Wizard of the Coast submission, I was like, these cards probably shouldn't be getting 10s. But, oh well. Yeah. Every PSA 10 that I've kind of ever bought, I've always found a flaw with it. And the sample size is really small. I bought 3 pristine CGC 10s. And that's the new label. And one of them had an issue where it was like borderline. Because technically by the CGC grading scale, a pristine 10 can have, if they still had subgrades, 9, 5, 10, 10, 10. PSA also has that, where it's like, it can have a small imperfection and still be classified as gem mint, which is fine. But but some of these small imperfections were like straight up dents or bends or very obvious creases they just missed. But that's fine. I just went on to on-sell the card. The next buy I can deal with the crease of the PSA card. That's just the world we live in. That's all you can really do. I can't just sit here and get mad about it because they're just trading cards at the end of the day. I can't let it consume me. But yeah, I've only purchased 3 pristine 10s, and by my own kind of like, from what I've been doing here with my own grading, I'm pretty happy with a lot of my pristine 10s. Like a lot of people might think it's a lot easier to get, but that's just because if you watch people that maybe grade Japanese cards, they're always in like better condition. But yeah, It's not on English cards. It's really hard to get. I've been grading some English cards. I graded around 1,000 English cards, and the Pristine 10 is not that easy. I had some submissions go 0 for 100. Maybe that's because I suck, but I don't think I suck. I just think it's kind of hard. But those cards weren't perfect. They're English, you know. But I'm happy with the Gem 10s I got, and they're back. I've been surprised, to be honest, to see how well the Gem 10s sell for CGC. But at the same time, if it's PSA 10, it would be selling for twice as much, twice as fast, more than that, 10 times as fast. That's why people always ask me, Steve, who should I grade with? Where would I should send this? Which company is the best with this card? And I have to just tell them PSA every time. Because if you don't really know what you're doing, PSA is just going to cover your base. And just send it through a middleman if you got a few cards, or make a submission if you got like 30 cards. Because PSA will net you the most value, and generally they have the easiest 10 to get on certain series. That's it. Isn't grading so fucking stupid? I wish I didn't have to do it. I wish I could just sell raw cards, but I can't. Because when I have a card like this, all right, this is red cards, for example. Imagine this was pristine or Gem 10 condition. Raw, whatever it is, $500. PSA 10, 1,000, 1,200, that 1,300. I just can't do it. And even if this was Gem and I listed it for sale and I put 500, I would get, can you send me this photo? Can you send me that photo? I need this, or they get it and it's very slightly off-centered and they didn't see it in the photos that it was off-centered, or like there was a tiny little scratch somewhere. And then I don't blame them. I also grade cards. I don't do stuff like that because I'm not an idiot, but it happens to me all the time. We get returns all the time. We put cards in as MP and people be like, this has no chance of getting a 10. It's like, well, yeah, because it's mild, it's moderately played. It's the second lowest condition on eBay, but that's my bad. That's on me. I'll pay for the return label and you will waste my money. It's very fair. You get to wake up today and waste my money, but it's all good. I'm not mad. Might seem mad, but I am not mad. But I am very mad when people do that. I love this Palo swine. Palo swine. Meep, meep. But yeah, grading is so stupid. Like, if you sell a $100 PSA card on eBay, right now for me, my PSA grading cost, after shipping, fees, return fees, everything, you're looking at like 36, 37 Australian dollars a card, because their return shipping is enormous. On a small submission, it can be $3, $4, $5 a card. On 100 cards, you're looking at around $2 a card. Plus GST, plus broker fee, plus tax, plus duty. Oh my God. It's like $36 a card or something in bulk when you do a 100 card submission. And I sell it on eBay at $100. I'll pay a 12% fee. You know? Let's say I have free shipping. $100 shipped. 12% fee. Take $10 off of shipping. Take $12 off. We're at 78 now. PSA takes 36. What is that? 72 down to 42. Now, how much does the card cost? Let's say it's a $20 card. So from a $100 sale, you're still making 20 bucks. It's not bad. This is a sick Gengar. All the Gengar cards have gone crazy. Have you guys seen the prices of Gengar cards? What the hell is that? I mean, I know Gengar is very popular with like East Asia, Hong Kong buyers, Singaporean buyers. Like they're always all buying my Gengars. Obviously, some people from the US, but it's very popular over there. Gengar and like Umbreon. That's very obvious. I am holding an Umbreon. I think Umbreon. But man, I never could have thought. Like Gengar is eclipsing Charizard in some sets or in some eras, and I mean, I guess he's pretty cool. I don't think he's Charizard cool, but maybe this card's so damaged. Look at this. This is why I had to pay $8 each. It's got a cool swirl though. The Kamiya card. I think I got some tissue paper somewhere. Just blow my nose real quick. You guys just mute the video real quick. I'm not going to cut this because it's authentic. It's authentic. You guys like my shirt? My friend made this for me. I don't know if I mentioned that. It's a Christmas shirt, but oh well. Oh God. Wipe it on the pants that I'm not wearing. Disgusting. We're back. Does anyone even watch this far in this videos? It's been a long time since we've done like a little sit down and talk kind of thing. What's my background looking like? Oh, you see my scanner there? It's my workhorse. I've done over 100,000 scans with that. If that thing breaks, I will actually straight up jump into traffic. Like I'm going up the bridge at 300 k's an hour. I'm going to see if I fly off on the other end. I cannot operate without that anymore. Because I'm going for 200,000 listings this year on Kimmy's cards. I don't think I'm going to get to it. Not because I'm lazy. I don't think it's laziness, but just because that's a lot of cards. You know, unless you're just grading the same kind of like crappy cards, that's a lot of cards for that much. Like 200,000 cards. Like I think right now we're at like 55, and we're almost hitting like maximum space. So I would have to 4x the amount of space we have for these cards. It's probably a good idea that I don't list like 500 copies of the same card over and over again. But I actually really enjoy doing that. So I'm gonna keep doing that. Keep doing that. Yeah. So after this video, what have we concluded about me? That I'm actually insane. For some reason, I'm addicted to gambling. Well, I know the reasons, because this generation, everyone's addicted to gambling. I'm going to do YouTube memberships at $900 each. And if you sign up, you get priority questions that I will answer on video for you. You can ask me anything. Anything. I don't know if there's a question that I wouldn't answer. I think like people ask me questions sometimes and they think I'm not going to answer. And they just ask me because they think they're like being smart. And they're like, oh, he's not going to answer this. He's not going to answer this. And then I just answer it. And they're just like, oh. They don't have a plan B. They just get blindsided. This card's pretty well centered. I hate centering, to be honest. I don't think grading companies should even grade centering, but it's like a popular thing to do, so they all do it. Like I feel like a well-centered card should just sell more on the market than an off-centered card. I think card grading should be based on condition and not the centering. But hey, that's just me. That's just stupid old Steve. Old man Steve's at it again, guys. Oh, Midori Harada. I wouldn't say she's like my least favorite artist, but I don't know if she can draw Pokemon that well. But her backgrounds are really good. Like the backgrounds, the scenery, the artwork. I think that it's just incredible. What she's doing, legendary status. Edgeware on that one. Edgeware, always. What someone asked me the other day? How much money does my YouTube make? Like, Steve, how much, like, I want to make a YouTube channel. Like, do you make money from it? I was like, you're allowed to ask me that? Little guy? What are you saying? I just told him. I think, on average, it's pretty close to, like, $1,000 a month. Which is a shitload of money. My YouTube pays for my lunch. I get to buy whatever lunch I want. These days, I just get delivery meals, like U-Foods or other delivery, not kits. I'm not making anything, not for lunch. But I just get like pre-made meals, and sometimes I order the premium ones. No, I don't even look at the chef specials or anything. I get the big 500 calorie juicer ones, and that's because of you guys. So I have absolutely no qualms with damn binder dents in every card. Every good card binder dents in my whole life. Where was I? I have no worries with putting up YouTube videos, talking to you guys, helping you guys out. Or just not even just being a video that you guys can put on the side and we can just shoot this shit together. You know? There is a trade-off. I get lunch. I would do it without getting lunch. I did do it without getting lunch, but now I get lunch, and it's great. We have the Gengar EX. This card is expensive. Someone walked up to my table at the Collect Fest. I was at the Collect Fest, and they said, I have this card. It was PSA 8 English. I was like, sick, man. How's that much that worth? He's like, oh, I think like $1,200. I was like, wow, that's a lot of money. Yeah, you have to find someone else. Sorry, buddy. Well, YouTube's making a lot of money, but not that much. Definitely not that much. But yeah, on average, it's around 1,000 a month. But I think a lot of that is covered by that one massive video. It'll probably go down. But I haven't been really posting that many videos, so who knows? But I was looking at like the Pokemon YouTube space. I signed on to YouTube with like my not main account. It just randomly signed on with like a guest account. And there was like all these Pokemon videos that people I'd never even seen before. And I looked like, you know, this guy's got 60,000, 70,000, 80,000 subs. I was like, hell yeah. The boys are winning. I mean, there's content for everyone. Like some of my favorite content creators, like Rudy, obviously. I've been watching him since he started. And he's pretty good. Like, I don't watch every video because I'm really not that interested in Magic the Gathering. Because I don't think the cards look that good. But that's just because I don't like Magic. This has a bit of scratches. This is a near mint Reggie Steele, though. I think centering's not bad. This might get a CGC 9, to be honest. I might actually have to grade that. That's a sick card. There's a lot of Reggie fans. Actually, I've sold to a fair few Reggie collectors. And they're always getting new Reggies for some reason. Why can't they just let it die? You don't see more legendary dogs. I guess they did have more legendary dogs. What am I talking about? Well, that debunks that argument. Well, some legendaries is only whatever's there. But, you know, in the past, there wasn't Reggie Drago or Reggie something. They said Reggies all the time. Is there more than just Reggie Drago? I don't know. But it's a good time to be a Reggie fan. I'm almost done. I got 4 stacks left. You guys get to list me with 4 more stacks. But yeah, this is pretty much what I do. I break it all down. I list all the bulk for really cheap. And then anything that I think is over $8, I price check it. Get it all up. This is the most time consuming part. I was hoping this would come unsleeved. Considering they were all kind of damaged. But I'm kind of happy they didn't. As there was a few cards that are a little bit better condition. And if you can buy a collection, then grade a few cards. Honestly, like, I'm not going to lie. If you guys are out there just collecting, you're listening, you don't even sell. Buy some collections. Buy some collections. Sell the cards you don't want and keep the cards you do want. It's the cheapest way to get the cards that you want. That's how I started my collection. I wanted to complete the base set. All I had was base set Venusaur. I sold it. I sold it to get some other cards. And then I realized I can just buy. Now I use credit cards, which was really bad. I wouldn't really say, but when you're 21, you don't have any money, and you have a $1,000 credit card, and you can buy a base set for $120, and you're like, hey, I really think I can do this something because I found my old cards and they sold, and I was like, wow, it'd be cool to get all of them, but I can't afford that because I'm broke. Yeah. You leverage a little bit on a credit card. It could have gone poorly. It could have gone really bad. Probably wouldn't even be here if it went really bad, to be honest. But we're here. But yeah, I had the determination. I wanted to get some cards. I wanted to get the base set Charizard. I was not paying $50 for a base set Charizard. That's crazy. My hourly rate was like $12 at my job. I was not working after tax like 7 hours and getting a base set Charizard. When I had bills, food, everything to pay for. That's the clean Sceptile from earlier. Unfortunately, I'm not grading a Sceptile. Because even in PSA 10, no one wants this card. I actually do lie. I've sold this card like 3 times in PSA 10. But it's pretty funny. That's a nice Ampharos. What's the condition on this? Damage is fair. Damage is fair. What's this one like? MP. Binder crease all the time. I've leveraged a lot of money now that I think about it. I'm not sure if I've talked about it that much. I don't like talking about leverage because, like, it goes down a dark path where, you know, before I met Kim, if I leveraged, it was either win or, like, the outcome. And it sounds really bad. So I just had no choice. Like, the outcome was just, you know. But fortunately for me, I won. And I didn't have to choose that. But I think I've probably borrowed like PayPal loans, like business loans, credit cards. Oh, I think I'm at least $300,000. I mean, the last loan that I took out was probably 21, because I used to use PayPal loans to pay for grading fees because I just could never afford to grade that many cards. So I used it to like accelerate myself. But I would never like vouch for it. But if you are, you know, diligent, smart, you don't waste the money, you realize the money is not yours and you pay it back, you can use it to like great success. Just obviously leverage is the biggest driver in all businesses usually. Like the best businesses all use leverage. Until they get enough money, they don't need to use leverage. But they'll always tell you that they use leverage at the start. Yeah, I think I have at least 250k in PayPal loans. I got heaps of them. As soon as one ended, I'd be like, give me the PayPal loan. Give it to me. Nah. You know what I mean? I was going crazy with the PayPal loan. Oh, there's this cat gif where he's like tongue's going everywhere, and I was just trying to do it then, by the way. I'm a bit crazy. But, yeah. I mean, it's not bad, per se, but it's like, yeah, please don't go out and just max your credit cards because of me. Please don't do that. And if you do it, I mean, you better buy some cool stuff. Unless you're, like, scared. Oh, God, I'm going to get sued. Hold on a minute. This card's actually pretty clean. I'm going to have to check through these later on, but that's a weirdly clean. This one is not. Yeah, where were we? Oh my God. Life-changing advice. What other videos could I make? You guys, I have a list. It's over 100 topics deep. But please, if you have a topic that you want me to talk about that isn't what Pokemon product you think I should buy and wait for it to go up, I will gladly add it to the list and then get to it. I will gladly. It would be, I am indentured servitude. Indentured servitude to you guys. And I would gladly do the topic on it. It's not going to happen instantly. It's not going to happen overnight. But it'll be done eventually. And I'll be honored to do the video. This card's damage, I can already tell. That one was bad. That one was really bad. That one's bad. I'm getting a workout just pushing these things out of these hard sleeves. Don't use these sleeves, by the way. And the reasons why you don't use these sleeves over penny sleeves is penny sleeves, they're not super harsh on the edges. So when you slide the card in and out like this, like in and out, in and out, in and out, it doesn't like, you won't ever have a chance to really hurt the card. When you're in a rigid card, like rigid sleeve like this, these edges don't have any room. They don't have any room to move. They don't warp that into anything, and you can just scrape the card against it. Also, when you're putting a card in the sleeve, you see like this part here. Is this card damaged? Hold on a second. Okay, this card's like. Okay, we're gonna test this with a more damaged card. This card's mint. And we're just fucking with it with the sleeve. Like an idiot. I mean, it's got a bit of edge at the bottom. Maybe a bit, but I can't sell this near mint raw. Like this it has to be. I'll look through it later, but yeah, I mean, I could sell it near mint raw. But like, why would you? It's a Dragonite EX. It's the green grass Dragon Frontiers one. I think I have that in a PSA 10. And I would like it in a CGC 10. I don't think that can CGC 10, but I would like it in a CGC 10. Where was I? Yeah, anyway, with the penny sleeve, or with these sleeves, when you're trying to sleeve a card, some people rush it, and they try to go in too fast, and they end up skinning their stuff. So just at this corner there, they go too hard, and they grind it against it. Now, if there's any loose fibers, or the card is just not perfectly cut, you'll straight up pick up the card, and you'll just destroy it with some edge wear. And I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen, I promise. And the same is on the other side. If you don't like, you try to slide it in, you're just grinding against the side there. This is a sharp corner. You will just destroy your cards. I'm telling you right now. That's why I use penny sleeves. I'm just really soft with it. I try to make sure like when this edge is coming into this, it doesn't touch. Correct it and just go down straight. That's it. I'm not teaching you how to sleeve. I'm just teaching you the reason why. Because it's really hard to make a mint card go back to mint after you've destroyed it. They should put that on my tombstone. Straight up. Look at the centering on this. What are they doing? They should have been fired for this. Not really, but like, come on, what are we doing? Probably not fired. It's probably a bit extreme. Nah, mate. Nah, mate. They should have been fired. Bloody hell. I should do a video where I just talk in full Australian the whole time. And people be like, what's wrong with this guy, mate? And I should be like, bloody hell, man. It's just how it is. Just bloody how it is. There's like this, when you're Australian, you got to get like the full nasal, like, bloody hell, mate. Look at this card. What is this? What is happening here? I'm not sure if I can sell this. I believe it's coming off the top part. If you're wondering how Pokemon cards are made, they're just a piece of cardboard with a hollow sheet attached on top. And this, I'm fairly certain that this hollow sheet here. Wait, can we get the? Yeah, can we get the thing? Hello? This hollow sheet here has like 2 layers. It's got the front layer with the Pokemon. It's not hollow, obviously. And then it's got the hollow part here. So it's like a film. It's like placed together. And then they stick it to the sheet. It's crazy. It's crazy that there's that condition card in there. And there's like a Mint Dragonite EX also. It's just wild, right? How long have we been going for? 1 hour? Oh my god. I gotta go faster. I gotta get to bed, yo. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's sick. Absolutely sickening how good these cards are. I'm excited. So this is why at the start of the video I said I wish these cards weren't sleeved. Because this is why. If they were in penny sleeves, I could unsleeve like 2 or 3 at once. But they're in these really tough sleeves, so you have to be gentle, otherwise the card will combust. This is a cool card. You don't see this every day. Tyranitar EX, Golden Sky. Completely damaged. Damaged and destroyed. I think this binder was a winner. You know, I think this binder was a winner. I'm excited for this year, guys. I'm really excited. I'm going to go balls to the wall. Crazy. Last year, I pretty much took the year off. You know, I still did pretty well. We did some good sales. Sold like 1 million something. Which sounds like a lot, but if you spend a lot of money, you're going to sell a lot of stuff. That's like... I love seeing these booster box sellers being like, yeah, we pushed 7 figures. We pushed 8 figures last year. It's like, no shit, Sherlock. You're buying shit for like $50 and you're selling them for 53. And you're selling like 10,000, 100,000 of them. Yeah, it's impressive to fulfill that much. Yeah, it's impressive to move that much around. But like, you know, you're working on low margins and you're just like, you're making people feel bad with your numbers, trying to inflate yourself. Like, I think if you run a normal eBay and you sell $1,000 a week of just singles, that is so impressive. Like, that is immensely impressive. And even that is hard to get because you have to have a rolling stock level of like 20, 30, 40,000. And, you know, you're probably not doing it full time if you're just building up the inventory and you're $1,000 a week after like profit, like, you know, the gross profit, whatever, after all fees and everything, card costs, it's not enough for full-time income for an adult. Now, part-time income, if you have a job part-time or if you're working or you're just young, you're just a little youngin', yeah, it can work. But, you know, once you know, you got your mortgage, you got payments, you got this, you got that, you got people you need to take care of. 1,000, depending on where you live, isn't going to cut it. But it's still very impressive. It's very impressive. I think when I started doing 2,000 a week on eBay is when I decided to quit my job. But like I told you earlier in the video, that was a bad idea. This Blissey's pretty clean. I'll take a look at it later. Wow, this one's clean. That's really clean. I love how the Team Rocket EXs, they have like an extra foiling layer. Like a Shining Mew. I was expecting this to like have damage. I think I might grade all the Team Rocket EXs, even like the ones. Well, not all of them. Like just the legendary dogs. Yeah, this is like a 3 or 4, but they're just gonna be easier to sell. Because like they're just gonna ask me for all pictures and this and that, and I actually really don't like taking pictures. The amount of people that ask for pictures and don't buy, it's crazy. Did you see how I just flicked that there? That was like a piece of card that was like floating up, and I just like hit it off. That's what I'm talking about with the sleeve. You put this sleeve on there, and that'll pick up that, and it'll get destroyed. This Zapdos is not bad condition, so I'm going to send that away as well. These are the most expensive EXs in the whole binder. And they're very good condition. This is like 7, 8, 9 condition level. I mean, I think that's good condition. Like I said, a bunch of cards in my collection are damaged. I'm happy with damaged. Scyther. Oh, it's just got that one thing at the top there. No, Team Rocket Snorlax EX. I haven't had one of these for ages. Sorry, I ruined my piles. I haven't had one of these for ages. Oh, it's so bad. You guys see that, right? Oh my god. I don't even think CGC would grade this. Jesus Christ. I think maybe they will, but I don't know about that one, Chief. That one's bad too. Wow. Wowee. Wow. That's bad. I should do more of these videos. I love sitting here. Did anyone catch the live streams? I did 2 live streams pretty close in December. I did like them. The problem is the timing that I need to do them. Majority of my watches are in the US or overseas. And, 6, 7 a.m. is my most watch time. And I want to be live when most of you guys are there. Because that's what makes sense, right? Like, otherwise... Look at the centering. Oh, okay. Bad condition anyway. I want to be live when you guys are there. I think I had the first stream, I had like almost 80 people watching. Which was just like, what the... That's crazy. Like, that's actually nuts. Like, the fact I got 80 people watching, that was pretty funny. But, yeah, that's all the good cards. So most of this is good card. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Looking around, there's around maybe 75 cards under $8. And when you think about it, 300 cards are above $8. This makes the binder worth it. If you stayed this long, that's it. Was cash. These cards, I don't really care too much about the condition. It doesn't change much. But I'll do a quick flip through when they're like all unsleeved, and then I'll just be like, oh, this one was mint and now I damaged it. Isn't that funny? Oh man. I wasn't kidding, by the way, when I said I needed a One Piece. I need a One Piece Legend. I bought, there's like this Lego promo. Man. I feel like Pokemon promos are not bad, but I feel like they've kind of slacked a little bit. And I understand why. It's because any promo they release, it's just like absolutely chaos. Like the last one was like Van Gogh, right? The last good promo, Van Gogh promo. It's just chaos. They stormed the Van Gogh museum, which they should have known that was going to happen. It's very amateur to not know that was not going to happen. They did the McDonald's Pikachu. Just let people buy the cards. Why do they have to buy a Big Mac? Just so you guys can waste 20, 30,000 burgers? Like, I know that, like, in Australia, you can just buy the toy. You don't have to buy the meal. But they were leaving 100, 200, 300 Big Mac meals everywhere. It was a horrible, horrible time. They should have just let you buy the card. But here we are. Here we are. What other promos recently? There's probably some good ones. Maybe I'm just like being nostalgic for all like the, the Poncho promos and this and that. And I don't even like the Poncho cards that much. I've actually sold every Poncho that I've ever had, apart from the half arts. I really like the half arts because they stick in like a normal Pokemon card kind of style. I like the special half arts that have like the 3 or 4 megas in them. I like the half art Mega Tokyo's Pikachu when he's just by himself. And I like the Easter Pikachu. But yeah, the full art Ponchos, I've just sold them all because there's just no way. I think I sold my last one was like, I think it was like 10,000 US for like a Rayquaza poncho. I don't know what the price is now, but I saw that on auction, so I can't even remember. It's just wild. It is absolutely wild. That like, you watch videos and you watch. JLove just put up a video on Pikachu cards, and there's just footage. And I was around back then too. I didn't buy any, but I had friends who were buying some. And I was like, yeah, those Japanese cards are weird. Because all I did was English old school cards. English Wizards of the Coast. And I was like, yeah, Japanese is not for me. The demand's not there. No one really wants them. You could literally go into the Pokemon Center. 1,200 yen a box and buy Mario Pikachu. Unlimited quantities. Unlimited. Mega Charizard, Mega Rayquaza boxes, Mega Magikarp. Everything. Ponchos. You can just get as many as you want. I have one friend that I know of who was ordering them from Pokemon Center online. And he was getting like 60. He would order the boxes and sell them for like $50. And he just did it. And that paid his way all through like 1 year of work. He like doubled his income for the year just ordering poncho boxes. And, he's telling me, and I was like, yeah, it's cool, man, but it's like Japanese. Who cares about Japanese cards? And until 2019, and I looked at the Japanese cards and I was like, these are kind of cool. This is weird. So, I still like, and now I'm kind of going in the reverse. I'm seeing some old school Wizards cards. I'm seeing some English Pokemon. I'm like, wow, these are actually look pretty cool. I didn't, Japanese is cool, but I've seen every Japanese card so many times. Like it's just weird how this works. And now One Piece. I'm going to go to Japan soon, and I'm probably going to spend probably 3 or 4 million yen on One Piece. I want to have at least like 2 or maybe 2,000 graded One Piece cards on my store. I kind of want to have it all. And I'm probably going to lose a lot of money because I'm going to grade it all with CGC. And I've been told explicitly that One Piece collectors do not like CGC. One Piece collectors needs to be BGS or PSA. It needs to be Black Label or PSA. Yeah, no thanks. I'm not sending to BGS. I'm sure BGS is a fine company. PSA, they're great, honestly, but if I have the option between, half the price of the grading, I don't care if the car's like CGC Pristine 70 and PSA 10 100. My cost is lower, the collector gets for lower, the customer gets for lower. It's whatever. Dealing with their weird upcharges and this and that, and I don't know. But we'll see. In 6 months' time, when I'm begging on the street, saying, please, we have so many sleeves everywhere. Please give me some money. Did I spend it all at CGC? But that's fine. Okay, we actually juiced up on this collection. I'm not going to lie. Has anyone ever had a spread like this before on YouTube? Have you guys ever seen this? I'm going to post an Instagram story right after I do this video because I have all these cards just here in front of me. I'm going to set it up with my camera. It's going to be sick. I'm going to take all the EXs out of this stack. Wait, I think this is the damage stack. I don't want to take the EXs out of the stack. What stack is this? Oh, wow, there's actually so many more damage cards than there is light play. That's not ideal. Are these all light play? Oh my god, I have to re-go. I don't know. I've lost everything. I've lost it all. I've messed my stacks. Just trying to flex my cards. I've messed up my stacks. That's damaged. That's damaged. Maybe this is moderately played. I didn't have light played. This card didn't even. This card's clean. Can't see it. Camera's decided he's taking the day off. Yeah, I'll have to re-go through these a little bit. But oh well. Alright, well I think that's it, right? Did you guys enjoy this? Tell me if you did. If you didn't, don't tell me. And if you do tell me, I'm gonna argue with you. I'm gonna throw some insults back. Alright, my name's Steve. I hope you have a great day. Check out my hair, by the way. Check out how luscious it is. I've been growing this out. I need to get a haircut soon, but this is not bad. But you can see it's thinning, right? I'm going bald. But hey, I think it's actually gotten better in the last 2 years. I'm not gonna lie. I actually think I've grown more hair in the last 2 years. I don't know. I don't know how. I haven't done anything. If I was doing hair stuff, hair supplements, rubbing some shit in my hair, I'd be telling you guys. Isn't that what they do? They get like avocado oil and rub it in their hair. Not that I've been looking it up. Not that... This way. This way. This way. All right. My name's Steve. Please have a great day. Message me if you need help. List your cards with a card uploader. It doesn't help me, but it helps my devs. And they deserve it. Because it's going pretty well. We listed almost 200,000 cards last month on eBay. Which is really impressive. Actually, yeah. I was like 22,000 of those cards. But other than that, it's really impressive. Anyway, check out the hair. This is crazy. See you later, guys. Have a great day.